Thank you for inviting me into your home. My name is Gus Harden, and I'm bringing you a user-friendly information package. If you've ever purchased real estate in Scranton, New Jersey, maybe we've even done business. I hope so. I feel sure that over the next hour, we're going to become real close friends. I got together with a friend of mine to record an audio tape showing you the road to business success and personal development. Hey, can I introduce my buddy to you? This is Donna.
Hi, Gus.
Donna was Miss Wyoming in 1965, before doing a course with the Des Moines Institute of Effective Speaking and Human Relations. She's going to be talking to us about confidence, about looking good, feeling great, and speaking out.
That's right, Gus.
You know, a couple of years back, Donna and I got to talking about the factors that made us two very rich, successful, and civic-motivated people. And you know, we found we had a lot of the same drives and impulses going on. Let's take them in turn, Donna.
1. Always brush your teeth from left to right. I reckon I've made $3 million by just brushing my teeth from left to right.
You got to gargle, too.
I reckon I've made $420 million just by gargling.
I reckon I've made $10 billion by gargling in an afternoon.
All 3 tapes cost you $2, Bryce. You bought them at a church fete to aid Zaire.
You have a job.
Those tapes are foolproof. They could triple our income.
You bought them.
Guaranteed success in 5 years or your money back. It's in writing.
They're making money selling tapes. In 5 years, they'll be ripping someone else off with a different product. Now, why would they give out a stupid guarantee like that if there was any chance they'd have to honour it?
Ethics, Ken?
You're guessing, aren't you?
You boys have got a job.
I think you might run into a bit of trouble with the guarantee, Bryce. Bloody things were made in 1974.
We have a job?
Their wisdom is timeless.
You would have been a billionaire in 1979 then.
Don't be silly, Ken.
Guarantees here you'll be rich 5 years after 1974.
Gee, Pat, that's great news. Do you realise this is the first job we've had in 8 weeks?
Not according to this guarantee, it isn't.
What job?
Coming out of retirement, Bryce?
Every day, face yourself in the mirror and ask honestly, am I achieving my goals?
Right. If you want people to share your goals, be warm towards them. Encourage them. Always use their first name.
Turn that crap off,
their
Bruce.
self-image.
Don't worry, it'll be dark soon, Kylie.
For the loose man. Oh, for God's sake. Let's do it again and let's try and get it right. Run, run, run. Good boy, Gary. To Chris. To Simon. Simon, what are you going to do with it? Back to Gary. Oh, watch out for the overlap, Gary. Good boy, Gary. Short pass to Hutchie. Go, Hutchie.
And Hutchie's going to short pass to Tiny. He goes one way. He goes the other. And now he straightens up and...
He dropped it, Don.
I noticed that, Rex.
Right. Let's do it all again. Now listen. I want to see more pace, more skills, and kick the bloody thing, Hutchie. Go, go!
Let's go. G'day, Don. I'm Ken.
Huh? Yeah, g'day.
You rang us apparently.
Yeah, just a minute. Go in hard! Tackle him, Hutchie! He's not gonna hurt! Rexy, pop in the club rooms and get Hutchie a bandage, will you?
Right, Don.
Well, why don't we all return to the club rooms? It's much more comfortable, a bit more private. Well, don't just stand there! Plenty of work to do!
Brad Piggott. That's him.
And who is he?
The best centre-half forward in the Sub-District Church League.
Really?
Oh.
Bar none. He looks very fit.
Yeah, very healthy indeed.
He is the perfect football machine.
Who's this one?
Gary.
Gary Willard.
He looks very fit too.
Oh, yeah, good bloke, Gary.
Speaks well of you, Pat.
Don't be silly, kid.
And Pigot's gone missing.
Vanished. Not a sight, not a trace, not a whisper. I don't mind telling you it's a bloody heartbreak. Both to me and the boys and our supporters. Bloody heartbreak.
So what's the problem?
I've been coach of Crowley Hills for 12 years now. Before that, I was captain coach. Never in the whole history of the club has a player had the impact of a Brad Pigot.
That's very true, Dom.
Rex will tell you, never have the Crows look more like a winning side.
Look like a turning point, Dom.
Yeah, I think we all sensed it, Rex.
You look like winning a premiership.
No, a game.
The boys don't win a lot. Not a lot.
I'll be candid with you. The Crows are not a great side. They could be. Well, with Brad Pigot, we were very nearly there. The team has potential. It's just that the club has a long history of defeat to overcome.
Ah. Negative goal reinforcement.
Bloody oath.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
When was your last win? 1975.
We will find Brad Pigot for you, Don.
Nothing surer.
You may depend on it.
Feel free to depend on it.
I trust we won't have to pay to see this match on Saturday.
It was holding the ball.
Why don't you look? Good boy, Simon. Good boy, Simon. Look for Gary. You've got it, Gary. To Hutch. To Hutch. You've got it, boy.
Go for the big ones, Hutchie. There's no one at home. Come on, Hutchie. You've got the whole field to yourself. What are you going to do with it, Hutchie?
He kicked it out of bounds, Don.
Thank you, Rex.
To win in business, it's important to first win the respect of your colleagues. There's no surer way of losing their respect than by getting angry.
You're a complete and utter moron!
Talk to them. Listen to them. Hear their ideas. If they come to you with a problem, don't be Mr. Grizzly Bear. Remember, it was Goldilocks who got to eat everyone's porridge in the end.
Gus Harden is making me ill, Bryce.
If you turn Gus off, we'll have to listen to Bryce.
Instead of mocking you, people should listen. It might help.
Why don't you open the door and play it to this lot?
Yeah, they could use all the porridge they could handle. 16 goals is a lot to be down, isn't it?
It is for the first half, yes.
They might just be slow starters.
There is that possibility, yes.
No, I think you'll see them improving when they change ends.
I can't see it.
Why not?
They won't have the advantage of the wind.
Oh.
I am not seeing enough purpose. I'm not seeing pride. I'm not seeing endeavour. Now, this is your mud hole, boys. This is your bit of turf. And you're letting yourselves get walked on. You're letting it happen. No one is doing anything to stop it. No one is backing up. No one is talking. No one except Gary is going in for the hard ball. Oh, wake up, Hutchie. The situation is not good. I'm not going to run from that. St Catherine's is up 16 goals. And they've got the win this quarter. But if you're prepared to give it your best shot, if you're prepared to get out there and give 100% and play 4 quarters of football...
There's only 2 left on.
Oh, thanks, Rex. If you're prepared to guts it out for this jumper, then you can beat anybody. You can do it if you want to, boys. You've got the skills. You've got the crowd. But do you want to win? Well, do you want to win? Yeah. Then get out there and do it. That's the way. Good on you, lad. Good. Come on, good boy. Get out there and
Can they win?
It's a question of attitude, Pat. If they're prepared to go in for the hard ball, for their team, for their club, for their own self-respect, and if the other side dies.
Even then, it'd be pretty close, wouldn't it?
It'd be touch and go.
Listen, you simply weren't being consistent. That's all I'm saying. You punished initiative. That decision you made in the first
You were mates with Brad, weren't you?
may very well have cost us the game.
You know, we had a few beers, but not really. Bit of a loner.
Didn't fit in with the team, you mean?
Oh, no, he did. But, a bit of a thinker, the old Brad.
Oh, this Brad thing's taken the wind out of the boys. It's hard to get the commitment from the fellas when the club's had such a string of losses.
Have you always been this hard on the guys, Don?
Oh, you've got to be, Bryce. Otherwise, I wouldn't get the results.
What's the team's attitude to the opposition?
Put Piggott in that team, I'll show you a side who'll beat Essendon.
They've got no attitude to the opposition at all. You see, they're prevented from dealing with the opposition because of their attitude to themselves.
What would you suggest, Bryce? How would you go about it?
Better focus, goal orientation. Elimination of negative aspecting and match plan gearing. Reappraisal of the competitive response both one-to-one and as a group matrix.
What does that mean?
It means climbing out of the trough, Don. Oh, it's easy to criticise something new, but you don't like losing, Don? You don't like being in a trough? I can read you, Don, and you don't like it. You'll come around. You call me when you want to stand on a mountain.
You know, a friend of mine was in the cleaning business, but his real ambition was to be a pianist. But he lacked two things, confidence and the ability to play the piano. So we got to chatting about potential realization and positive goal achievement. 6 months later, that man was playing piano for Wayne Newton.
You know, I was listening to that, Ken.
Well, now you're listening to race 3. Paying special attention to the potential goal orientation of Skipper's lad.
Are you sure this bloke's a mate of Brad's?
No, but it's the only address we could come up with. Where's this place supposed to be?
Geraldton Street. What's wrong?
This is Geraldton Street. 56 Chevy. Best suspension of any car made in the 50s. 56 Chevy.
I was looking for Bryce.
He's looking for Brad.
Oh, good, fine.
Is there anything I can help you with?
No. Yeah, well, I don't know. I was talking to Bryce last Saturday, and he made some very interesting remarks about football that got me thinking.
Oh, I think you mean Ken.
No, Bryce. He was talking about the need to communicate true feeling as a part of goal realisation.
Bryce, yes.
He's a remarkable thinker.
Yes, it would be remarkable.
I was wondering if he'd mind speaking to the boys. You know, give them a bit of a motivational natter. Well, the boys are a bit down at present, and we're having a slide night Wednesday night. I wonder if you'd mind getting him to call me.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Now let me do the talking. You mention the Pope in here, we're out in our ears.
Fine by me.
Yes, Brad's been in this parish for some time. He's been a member of our Wednesday night philosophy circle, Underpinnings of Faith. Marjorie, just put it on the table. See, Brad's a deeply troubled boy.
Has he been to Lord's?
Marjorie, where are the Tim Tams? I'm sure the boys would enjoy a Tim Tam.
No, don't bother.
As much as I would.
Have you got an address for Brad?
I do, but he hasn't been there for a couple of weeks. Marjorie and I are a little concerned. He'd been reading a philosopher called Teilhard de Chardin.
Catholic, Bryce?
There are no Tim Tams. I found some Anzacs.
And he talked to me about Kierkegaard.
Ah. Have you heard the Gus Hardin tapes?
Would you have another address for him or someone we could contact, a relative perhaps?
His parents live in the hills. Sorry?
He also asked me about the work of Wittgenstein, who I don't really understand at all.
He was a Catholic, Bryce.
You see, Kierkegaard argued that faith is an irrational but necessary leap in logic.
Do you know where in the hills?
Yeah, no.
These Anzacs are stale, Marjorie.
Made by the Dominicans, Bryce. Have a few. Gonzo spent the afternoon in conversation with a lapsed yuppie who thought that life was a bottomless pit of despair and that charity doesn't begin at home, apparently.
So you've discovered precisely nothing?
No, two things. Brad's parents live in Yanur, and Bryce's knowledge of theology is nil.
John doesn't think so. He wants Bryce to give a motivational natter.
Who to?
The footy team. Lack of positive goal reinforcement, apparently.
Haven't they got enough problems already?
I've got to deliver an outrage called Patterns in the Sand somewhere up near you, know. Why don't I shout you a Devonshire tea?
Good idea.
When I first had to speak in public, I was as nervous as a little baby kitten. Gosh, I was so nervous I could hear my heart going pitter-patter, and I could scarce pluck up the courage to walk out on that stage. But you know, once I learned a few basic communication techniques, I was fine. Matter of fact, I love public speaking now. To me, it's a way of making friends.
For us to sit over by the window, please.
Section's closed.
Why?
Closes at 2.
Excuse me. There's no jam.
Finished. You can have Vegemite.
Oh, no, thanks. This'll be fine.
Gosh, a real tea bag. Look at that.
Have you noticed how hostile everyone in this town is, kid?
Shouldn't this cream be whipped?
Isn't it?
I think this is igneous.
Excuse me. We're looking for a friend of ours, Brad Piggott. Brad Piggott? The Piggotts?
Never heard of him.
No, don't go to any trouble. She's right. Just a minute. Take your glasses off. No, it's all right. Put them on again.
$8.50. We should do this more often, Ken.
Smite not the face of thy friend, lest thy virtue be like unto the lowing of a beast. But strike with all your might the enemy of the one true God, Lance Purvis. Nice thought.
Smile. It's your most important asset. When you get in front of an audience, fix them with a smile. You can never smile too much.
Isn't it nice to get out of the city?
It's the good clean air, Pat. Makes people more friendly. Simple country values.
Who do you think this Lance Purvis might be?
I don't know, but weight for age is bigger than the Pope in this area.
Take the handbrake off, Pat.
Right.
Bit of a flat.
Oh, we're looking for a friend of ours.
Tonight, Lance Purvis will cure the diseased and maimed. Come to the temple, bring your crook, and see Lance perform miracles. Tonight, it is Temple of the Bountiful Font.
It is vital when you're trying to make an impression to feel good and look great. Girls, if you've got it, flaunt it. If you haven't, fake it. Guys, just as important for you to look good. Put on a wide tie. Buy yourself a pair of flares. Don't be frightened of color. Your clothes are a statement.
On your local identities.
Nah, Purvises aren't from around here.
Aren't they?
No.
When did they come here?
1923. Lance went to school with one of my sisters.
Has he always claimed to be the second coming?
Lance doesn't hold with the New Testament. He thinks he's the first coming.
Has he always thought that?
Oh, no. He was the butcher here for, 20, 25 years. Well known for his sausages.
Step up from sausages.
Butcher the son of God, eh?
Suppose so.
Does he do more business now than when he was a butcher?
Oh, hell yeah. 60% of the town had belonged to the Temple of the Bountiful Font.
60%?
Easy, that. You've taken over the old Mechanics Institute. Turned into a church of some sort. They'll be doing a conversion a week over there, easy.
I think Brad should be mixed up in this.
Brad Piggott?
Yeah.
He's in it. Look, if you want to see Brad, I'll take you to the service tonight. You can talk to Brad and I'll talk to Ray.
Ray's a friend of Brad's, is it?
Ray's my husband. Behind with the maintenance.
Your husband's following a butcher to paradise. What's wrong with him?
Oh, Ray's never been a strong-willed sort of person. He's always needed a crutch of one kind or another.
Do you take Lance seriously?
I didn't take him seriously. He's a butcher.
Beautiful day, that, actually. This is Blocky leaving his calling card on the footpath outside the Brisbane Arts Centre.
But couldn't you just as easily have seen a half-full glass? You see, I do. To me, this glass is half full. It's called positive thinking.
Nice tune.
It's Brad up there, isn't it?
That's him. And the bearded one next to him, that's Ray. Unbelievable, isn't it? For the first 20 years of our marriage, he didn't give 1 cent to the Salvos. Now he's given $20,000 to a butcher who thinks he's God.
I wonder if the Bicentennial Authority had anything to do with this.
So, after the sort of season we've been having, I thought you might welcome an opportunity to listen to a man who is a very different type of thinker, with a very different approach to the game. So, without further ado, Bryce, would you like to come up here, please?
And thus did my father spake. Go forth, he said. Go forth, Lance, unto the town of Ynur, and there set yourself up amongst the honest merchants, and share with them the bounty of the slaughtered calf.
Never trimmed his meat.
And when the time is right, reveal then to the people of Yunur thy true purpose. For it is they alone who will survive the terrible ordeal that is to come. Like unto the flood of Ararat, and a pestilence will fall upon the earth.
Health inspector closed him twice.
And I said unto him, it is meet that I do thy bidding. Yea, even though I do so with a heavy heart. And my father said unto me, fear not, Lance, for in this town you shall build your temple of the bountiful font. And all who come to know you shall adore you.
Fat chance, Lance.
And those who don't shall burn in the fires of hell, be flayed for all eternity, and be gnarled at by rats for every day that there is an infinity which is numerous and without number.
While you're at it, could you ask God to tell Ray to give me the maintenance money which he has neglected to pay me, and which is numerous and without number? I will kick you in your operation, Wally.
Father, we ask you now to take particular note of the behaviour of Beth Seaton, who sits here and violates this, your sacred house, and mocks your holy word. Please, single her out above all others on earth for a very nasty, nasty torture. This we beseech in thy holy name. Amen. Amen. Amen.
When you look at this glass of water, I wonder what you see. Now, describe for me the state of this glass of water.
Cold.
Well, technically correct, Don, but I don't think you're quite catching my drift. Now, think laterally. How much water is in this glass?
I don't know.
Well, there's half a glass.
But which half? That's the important thing.
The wet half.
No. You're being flippant, Don.
The bottom half?
No. You're not concentrating. Would you say that this glass was half empty?
I suppose so.
Aha! Half empty, I hear you say. Or would you rather say it's half full?
Same thing.
You see? You see a glass that is half empty, whereas I see a glass that is half full.
It is the same thing, isn't it?
Positive thinking.
Welcome, O Father, this daughter of Yunur to the munificence of thy kingdom. Well, from this day forth shall Elspeth, thy daughter, be known as Noel Lena. Praise the Lord. Praise be the Lord. Noel.
As they say in India, the world is a bridge. Pass over it, but build not your house upon it. It's our job to understand, boys. You see, people understand Goliath until he gets beaten, and then they understand David. People understand Bradman until he retires, and then they try to put his prominence down to factors that go far beyond technique. It's a question of focus. Simply understanding is not enough. Understanding what it is we're trying to understand, that's the thing. There's the focus. Now, what do I mean by focus?
I call on Brother Izal to read to you now from the true Bible of my father.
Reading from Deuteronomy. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord.
I thought the frocks were abominable. I just couldn't put my finger on it.
He that has been wounded in the stones, or had his privy member cut off, shall not enter the congregation of the Lord.
Remind me to mention that to Bryce, Pat.
In closing, let me just say one thing. It is not that Crowley Hills has lost every game for the past 12 years, but rather that Crowley Hills has been preparing itself over a sustained period of 12 years or victory? Now, I would ask you to ponder that distinction. For it is upon that distinction that the future must be built. I thank you.
My name's Asal.
Asal Pickett?
We've come from Don Rees and the Crowley Hills Football Club.
They do not exist.
They don't exist without you.
The side needs you, mate.
Need 17 others as well, mind you.
I cannot see them.
Oh, look, that's a real shame. I don't think you quite realise how highly they regard you.
You know what Don says? Brad Pickett, the best centre-half...
Not Brad Pickett, just Asal.
Asal Pickett, the best centre-half forward in the Sub-District Church League.
Asal Pickett, the perfect football machine.
Not Asal Pickett, just Asal. Anyway, I cannot see them. I've given myself to Lance and the Temple.
Well, can't you just borrow yourself back for a bit? Come and see Don, eh?
Brother Asal, attend me.
All right.
We found Brad.
Brad Pickett, the bloke we were hired to find.
He is now called Izal.
He's a sausage worshipper in Yanur.
He has that right, kid. We must understand him in order to understand what we ourselves must do.
Sounds like the long way round, Bryce.
If they want Brad Pickett back, they're going to have to physically kidnap him.
We may have to rescue him, Pat. Let's outflank the obvious. It's up to us to rescue Brad from the prison of his own mind.
And a lovely thought it is, too, isn't it?
I know you think you're clever, but it's all surface. You're skimming about on top of ideas and you don't even see them. I know it sounds clever, but there's no one home, boy. Do you see this glass of water?
I do, yes.
Tell me about it.
Just half a glass of water.
Yeah. Half what?
Half water.
But how full?
Of what?
Water, you idiot.
Half.
Half full.
And half full of air.
See, you're so busy being smart, you've completely missed the point.
Well, at least my day wasn't completely ruined.
What is the point?
Well, you see, some people say half full and some people say half empty.
Aren't they the same thing?
Of course they are. Remember that time at the art gallery where Bryce got half empty on Tia Maria and Coke?
Kidnap, Bryce. Illegal. You can't just go around grabbing people because they don't believe the kind of rubbish that you do.
It's not kidnap, Pat. Rescue. It's a deprogramming operation.
It won't work, Pat.
And why not, Ken?
Too stupid. No football team's going to knock over a church to rescue Izal Pickett. The man's a sausage worshipper.
If Brycey says it'll work, that'll do me. Kick that pole!
I don't know how we're supposed to do it.
It's illegal. What Bryce is suggesting is kidnap, Don.
Or abducting. In Europe, this would be a terrorist act.
Laws were made for people who don't have the gumption to create their own moral standards.
It isn't going to matter why the law was made, Bryce, if you get caught kidnapping Izal Pickett.
For God's sake, Jim, don't just stand there waving your arms about! You're not a 4 o'clock boy!
We won't get caught.
Izal Pickett might ring the police and tell them.
You'll go to prison.
You can get arrested for just living in this society, Pat. Remember, who dares wins.
Who is a complete bloody idiot? And let's not see all the same hands this time, Pat. I think Hutchie's done his groin.
Don, would it be any use if I went out there and spoke to the guys?
It'd be an honour, Bryce.
How do we feel we're doing, guys? Do we feel as though we're playing to the best of our abilities, to our maximum potential? Or do we feel that we're not being totally honest with ourselves?
Has Bryce ever actually played football?
It was only last week he discovered that you don't hit a pineapple with a stick into a little hole with a flag in it.
Genius. I just want you to know that.
No, wasn't me, Don. It was the team. I'm just a facilitator.
Another 5 minutes, we would have won. We'd have slaughtered them. They didn't get a goal in the last quarter.
You see, if you'd had Brad Pickett, you'd have won. You know that, don't you?
I know. I want it. Can you get it?
I'm just a facilitator, Don. No more than that. Our faces will be black.
We'll communicate through pre-arranged signals. I'll tell you the plan once, and I want you all to memorize it. There's no room for human error.
He's very good, isn't he?
Now, Don here will lead attack Group A through door B. I will lead Group B through door A, and Ken will block door C with his car.
I think the car's F, Bryce.
Huh?
Can I ask a question?
No.
How do you know where the doors are?
Intelligence officer's report.
Well, what about door D?
Ken, is there a door D?
I don't know.
Yeah, there is, near that alcove when you go in the door for the...
Yeah, there is a door D, yeah, that's right.
And there's another window on the other
Pat,
side of
I'm
the...
not interested in windows. I'm talking doors here.
What if the doors are locked?
Then we'll break a window and open a door. We'll take a crowbar along. Now, Ken and I will carry a gun just in case things get dirty.
What difference is having a gun going to make to opening a door?
It'll add another 5 years to the sentence.
Okay, okay. No weapons. Leave your bazookas at home, boys. Anyway, it just might draw attention to us.
Yes, I think it's important, if we're going to dress up as Paul Robeson and break into a church in a nice country town and kidnap a Zale Piggott, I think it's imperative that we don't draw attention to ourselves.
Now, if any of you have any doubts whatsoever, now is the time to step forward, because I don't carry passengers.
What's this, boys?
Don't think we need Brad. We're starting to do all right without him. We can win by ourselves, Don. There's no need to go and break the law.
I never thought I would see this, guys.
It's not against you, Don. We just think it's... dumb.
Dumb!
Now let them go, Don. We don't need them. We'll do this ourselves, the four of us.
How do you know Brad Piggott's going to be in there anyway?
Don't be silly, Pat. Now.
He's pretty clever, this friend of yours, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty clever.
Yeah, he seems pretty clever.
What about Don? Is he pretty clever?
Oh, there's no flies on Don.
Bryce.
Couldn't be. That must be door B.
No, this is door B. Wouldn't that window be over here?
No, they must have moved it. It's the sort of thing these weird religious cults would do.
Do you think we should go and get Ken?
Ken? Don't be silly. Man's brainless. Be a complete waste of time. Out the way.
Time for the cavalry, I think.
It's not him. That's not Brad.
Oh, Jesus. Nearly it's Lance. You've done well, boys. Why kidnap a centre-half forward when you can grab the creator of the universe?
What are we going to do? Oh, damn.
Put him in the car. You can't deprogram him, Bryce. He's your program.
Grab him, Rich.
Just drive, will you?
Anywhere in particular?
Hey, kid, hang on. Whoa! Hey, stop! Whoa!
How hard did you hit him? He's still out.
We didn't hit him. He ran into a goal.
He's still groggy.
Look, just keep driving, will you? And try to think positively.
Come ye one, come ye all. Hearken to the divine wisdom of Lance Purvis. Hear the ultimate truth. Meet in person the omniscient one.
Get out!
Tonight, no business, Lance Purvis.
What are you doing? Get out!
You want to try the waters?
Make sure you're there. He's talking about the universe and you, and the temple of the bountiful font. That's up the mountain road.
Okay, Brad.
In past the gate there.
Can't play football anymore.
Then we wouldn't force you to, Izal.
Thanks. Why don't you come to the temple? Hear Lance speak. He's going to perform miracles tonight.
If he can speak, it'll be a miracle in itself.
Why?
Well, I didn't want to tell you this, Izal, but the master of the world is currently in our possession.
I don't believe you. Lance cannot be possessed. He's a divine spirit. He's beyond normal consciousness.
Yes, we've witnessed that miracle. Lance is actually beyond consciousness in the back of our car, Izal.
He ran into a gong.
Now, Rex and I have been talking about Lance's condition.
Right.
And we feel it may be wise to take him to hospital for a checkup. Yeah. But Rex, being well aware of the need to respect other people's religions, Rex felt that it may compromise Lance's position as great healer if they knew that he'd been vouchsafed to casualty for banging his head on a gong.
Come on, play one more game.
Would you read me Constable Nefrane's report again?
Lo, and it was that into the valley of Judah came a tribe of usurpers.
Thank you.
I came here, I was forced from mine own house, from the house of the Lord, into the car of an unbeliever.
What did they look like?
I don't know, I'd been previously rendered unconscious, against my will.
What, one of them hit you?
No, I ran into that gong. The rest, you know.
Not really. Our local man up here, Constable Nefrane, was a bit upset himself. His report wasn't much use.
Well, one of them dropped this.
Oh, God. Sorry. That's why I got the call. Excelsior Research Foundation. Big fish in a big pond. But after all this, they released you. What was the purpose of the exercise?
They stole my disciple, Esau.
The pond and the fish have stolen Esau.
You want me to write this down, sir?
Goals ahead, Bryce. Tiny hasn't managed to save a single point.
Long turn, Don. I'm trying to develop his understanding of his awareness.
Speak, please.
Would you like me to go and have another word to him?
No! I'm running a football team, not a nightline. That's half the trouble. The team is so busy talking they've forgotten how to play football.
Who is that guy?
Flanagan again. He's our only problem, Don. If the opposition had taken him off, we could win this.
We're hardly likely to do that. He's only kicked 16 goals.
You have defiled the house of my father.
You can have Brad back. Doesn't matter anymore.
Esau cannot return. You have stained his soul.
No, I haven't. He hasn't had a kick all day. The ball hasn't been near him. Thanks to this fool.
I promise you, from this day forth, you are both damned. To be tormented forever in the fires of hell.
Hell must have a sub-district church football league.
It's three-quarter time, Don.
I know, Rex.
Well, aren't you going to talk to the boys?
No, Rex, I'm not.
But it's three-quarter time, Don.
I have talked to them at three-quarter time every Saturday for the past 12 years. And it hasn't made the slightest bit of difference. Today I'm not.
Let them sit there.
Don, I'm more than happy to go out there and talk to the boys again. You know, I'm sure it's just a matter of redefining their goals.
Finished, Bryce? Sorry, I appreciate what you've done. Well, frankly, son, you're a flash in the pan.
I will speak to them.
Don't be stupid. You don't know the first thing about football.
You cannot begin to perceive of what I know.
Well, you don't know about Australian rules.
I will speak to them. I will be heard.
This was going to be the best day of my life, Bryce. Kid Red baked the fruitcake especially for the occasion. People went to ice the bloody thing. Do you know what the icing said, Bryce? To understand is to win.
Going to arrest Bryce?
No. I like to have as little to do with him as possible as a general rule.
But he abducted a centre-half forward.
He's all right. No one's holding him against his will. Not since half-time, anyway. Didn't we have 2 packets of cheesels?
Down there. What about the Son of God? He's going to prosecute.
I think I can get the Son of God to drop the charges. I know his dad. Mr. Purvis doesn't remember me, but a couple of years ago, Snotty Simpson and I prosecuted him successfully under Section 38B of the Meat and Sundry Provisions Act, 1938, for substituting kangaroo meat for beef. You want any more beer?
I think you'd better come outside.
Why? Hutchie done his groin again.
No. The boys have come good. I think they can win.
Well, what happened? We're 5 straight kicks away.
I don't know, Don. The bloke with a dress through water on him and set him on fire.
Aren't they?
I don't know, they're a bit pushed for time.
I think we should be getting back to the office.
be part of this, Hutchie?
He straightens up.
He kicked it, though. He bloody kicked it.
Bryce, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
No, wrong bloke.
I didn't know you were interested in sub-district football.
I didn't realise you were so given to breaking into churches and making off with the worshippers.
Now, that's a lie. That's a complete lie.
Yes, I'm sorry. Your wallet. I found it under a gong at the temple. Good match. Good comeback in the second half. And your card, too.
Thank you.
You've seen Gary play a game like
Hi. Good. Listen, what did Lance Purvis say to you guys? He must have got you going.
No idea. Most of what he said was in Latin.
Well, he must have said something. I mean, you made it 29-goal comeback. You won.
Yeah, we did too, didn't we?
No,
Still had nothing to do with the bloke with the hat.
No?
There's your reason.
Don?
No, Rex. Right bloke, Rex. Spoke to us at three-quarter time before the hat with the dress through water over it.
What did he say?
Told us Flanagan was our only problem.
Oh, well, that was pretty bloody obvious, wasn't it? He kicked 16 goals.
Oh, yeah, Flanagan's the top player, you know. Not a bad bloke, actually. We're good mates. Goes out with a friend and a dance. But what Rexy told us was how to neutralise him.
How?
Kick him in the nuts, he said. Worked well. Game picked up from there.
Good philosophy.
Yeah, we thought so.
And so it was, after 12 years in the football wilderness, Don Rees, this humble, self-effacing, but much-loved, very colourful man, went on to become the greatest coach in sub-district church football. His name becoming synonymous with sporting excellence. Until, inevitably, the professional league started taking notice of this extraordinary man. And he was persuaded to take the job of super coach at the Collingwood Football Club. The team he was to take on to no fewer than 23 consecutive league premierships, a feat which has never been equalled before or since. The following year, Rees left Australia as a special ambassador to spread the code of Australian rules football throughout Europe and Asia. He did this inside 4 months of leading by example, were adopted throughout the sporting world, and his recognition became international